That song was way too popular.
Let's have some fun today, boys.
Yeah.
Coach Borg,
Yeah, look.
how you doing? Hey, here's the news of this. I'll only do it for the softball team. Kenny? That's my guy. Leading off the top of the first for the Wolverines, the shortstop, Ellie Enriquez. It is a pretty good day in terms of weather for softball. We're just about ready to get underway here in San Jose. The Sierra Wolverines and the San Jose Jaguars. We'll get you the lineups in just a moment, but the first pitch from Elena Valdez is on the way, and it's a bunt, and it's a pearl, and it's a single. That's as perfect as they come right there, and that's how this game gets started. First pitch, 12:01 p.m. Now batting, the left fielder, Haley Barlow. So a quick punch by Sierra, and Ellie Enriquez is aboard. Brings up Haley Barlow, the left fielder, batting second. Didn't even get a chance to introduce Ellie Enriquez, who's off to a really hot start this year, and that hot start continues. So now Barlow with a runner at first and nobody out. She swings and hits one off the fist into right field, a base hit past the diving Kaya Sandoval. Sliding into second is Enriquez, and it's first and second, nobody out on 2 pitches. Batting third, the second baseman, Maddie Redinger. So 2 quick hits for the Wolverines, and that brings up Redinger. Sierra's played substantially more games in San Jose. They've played 7. There's the pitch. A bunt. Picked up. They're going to go to first and get the easy out. So the runners advance second and third with 1 out, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter. So 3 pitches thrown, and we already got ourselves a little situation here. Batting fourth, the designated player, Kendall Manley. Now Kendall Manley stands in a big RBI spot here early in the game. 3 pitches have been thrown. 2 bunts and a single off the fists. The pitch swung on the ground to short. Carissa Smith's got it, checks the runner, fires to first in time. That's a huge out by the Jaguar defense. And another 1 pitch out. So 2 outs, 2 on, and that'll bring up Ari De La Losa. Very quick inning here. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Ari De La Losa. Now, so if you're De La Losa here, you might just want to take a pitch just to prolong the inning a little bit. The pitch in there for a called strike. The home plate umpire is Gene Kesswetter today. Good to see him back. And we can hear him today. We had a really massive struggle hearing the home plate umpire at the last home game. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. This is off the fist, fouled down the third base line, strike 2. So now after a scary-looking start, Elena Valdez is 1 strike away from getting out of it. Slight breeze blowing out towards center field. So Valdez likely going to nibble here. No need to throw a strike to a middle of the order hitter. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Dropped, picked up, and thrown to first in time, and the Jags get out of the jam. They escape it. 2 quick hits, and the first 4 hitters were all done with their at-bat after 1 pitch, and then a strikeout, a 3-pitch strikeout of Ari De La Losa. We go to the bottom of the first after an interesting top of the first. No score here in San Jose. That's the end of the inning for the Wolverines. No score, no runs, no hits, no runners, 2 runners left on base. A hit. Technically, they had 2 hits that inning. The bunt was a single, and the one that she hit into right field when Kaya dove, that was also a single. The second bunt was a sacrifice bunt, and then the ground ball to shortstop was just a ground ball. So they have 2 hits, yeah. And then she struck out. That was huge. Wow. Oh my God. I didn't even pull out my game card. Where the heck have you been? Good to see you, man.
Oh, poor rooster.
Dinner time. Leading off the home half of the first for your Jaguars, the center fielder, Melissa Felix. Huh? They sure do. Bottom of the first here in San Jose, Jaguars escape a very interesting jam. So Amaya Sutton goes to work for Sierra, and the first pitch is a called strike to Melissa Felix, 0-1. Felix, a returner from the state champion playing team last season. She is off to a 4-for-8 start. She's batting .500. The 0-1 is downstairs for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Amaya Sutton, one of the premier pitchers in the state, was absolutely brilliant in the state championship tournament, the playoffs in Bakersfield back in May. 1-1 pitch, chokes up and takes a ball just off the outside. That was really close. Good pitch from Sutton, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The numbers for Amaya Sutton, she's 3-0 in 5 appearances, 2 complete games and 27 innings pitched, at a 2.07 ERA. 2-1 pitch is up high for a ball, 3 balls, 1 strike. You don't want to walk the leadoff hitter, so you imagine that Felix will get a good pitch to hit here. So Felix, Malia Venegas, and Jade Henry due up here in the top of the first. 3-1 pitch. Pulls it back and takes a called strike, and the count goes full 3-2. We'll get you the defensive alignment in just a moment. It is 3-2 to Melissa Felix. Clouds are really starting to cover the field here. The sun's kind of gone. 3-2 pitch is a chopper at home plate. It bounces foul. And we'll reset and do it again. The left fielder is Haley Barlow, and center field is Kaylee Vallette. And in right field is Kristen Dodd. At third base, Jazzy Smith. The shortstop is Ellie Enriquez. At second is Maddie Redinger. And at first is Ari De La Losa. The catcher is Faith Mattis. That's the defensive alignment for the Wolverines. 3-2 pitch. Swung on it. Missed strike 3. Amaya Sutton gets a strikeout for out number 1. Batting second, the third baseman, Malia Venegas. So Malia Venegas will stand in. Venegas off to a good start. She's 3 for 6. She's batting .500. A called strike from Amaya Sutton. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch is swung on and hit foul off the third base line, and it's 0-2. So Felix, Venegas, Henry. The cleanup hitter is Caruso Camiso. Deja Jimenez hits 5th. Elena Valdez, the pitcher, will bat 6th. Carissa Smith will bat 7th. Lorena Solis will bat 8th, a.k.a. Shades. And Kaya Sandoval bats 9th. 0-2 pitch to Venegas is hit off the hands, foul off the screen on the third base line, and it stays 0-2. Defense playing very far in for Venegas, batting from the left side. Oh, 2 pitch, swung on and fouled back towards us, and they'll do it again at 0-2. 57-degree, mostly cloudy day. We'll see how well the ball carries. Usually the warmer it is, the more it carries, so this may not be much of a live ball day. 0-2 pitch. That one was a drop ball that dropped a little bit high, and it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're just tuning in, you missed an extremely quick top of the first, especially for an inning that had second and third with 1 out. A shot foul down the left field line, and it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. A 1-pitch bunt single, a 1-pitch single to right, a 1-pitch sacrifice bunt, a 1-pitch ground out to short, and a 3-pitch strikeout was the top of the first. A scoreless top of the first for Sierra. 1-2 pitch, here it is another foul ball off that third base line near Jade Henry, who's in the on-deck circle. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, we'll redo it again. More fans filing in, a lighter crowd so far. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. The next game will begin around 2 o'clock. Really depends on when this game ends. 1-2 pitch, here it is. Swung on and fouled off again. So the battle continues. So battle is on between Amaya Sutton and Malia Venegas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swung on and dribbled foul again. So Venegas continues to stay alive and make Sutton work. Some life from the Jaguar dugout as this battle continues to brew. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the way, here it is. Swung on and fouled off again. I've lost count of the number of pitches in this at-bat. It's got to be coming up on 10. Venegas really making Sutton work here. Here's the 1-2 again. That's up high. Good pitch, good take. It's 2-2. It's going to be really interesting to see this for a second at bat later in the game. Man, who wins the battle? 2-2 pitch. Check swing, strike 3 called. It's a rough way to end the at bat after such a good battle. That's out number 2.
Batting third, the first baseman, Jade Henry.
So Jade Henry, who is off to an incredible start this year. Sophomore, bounced back from Chico State. First pitch to her. Check swing is a ball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Jade Henry comes in at 667. Now, we mentioned that Sierra's played 7 games. The Jags have played 2. So the numbers could look a little high and low on this roster. But Jade Henry is a shot into the right center field gap. This one's going to roll all the way to the wall. She's going to turn and head for second. There's going to be a play at second, and it's late. And she's got another double, her 3rd double of the season, as she increases her batting average yet again, and it puts a runner in scoring position for Bella Caruso Camiso.
Batting fourth, the designated player, Bella Caruso Camiso.
We were just getting to the Jade Henry stats. She, coming into the at-bat, was 4 for 6 with 2 doubles and a homer. So that average goes up, and she's on second base with 2 outs. And now Bella Caruso Camiso stands in. The pitch swung on and fouled off the first base line, out of play, and onto campus. Bella Camiso, 429 average to start the year. She's 3 for 7, and she's knocked in 4 runs, including the game-winning run in the last game. Jags 2-0 in their 2 games. No score, bottom of the first, runner at second base with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch, outside corner, strike 2 called. Good pitch from Amaya Sutton. And it's 0-2. So let's see if they have a little 2-strike, 2-out thunder with a runner in scoring position. Oh, 2. That's outside. Good pitch from Sutton. If it's going to get called, keep going out there. But she didn't get the call there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to Bella Caruso Camiso. And she swings and misses at what looked like just a pure country hardball. Strike 3, and Sutton strikes out the side. She does give up a double in between, but gets out of it. A scoreless but entertaining first inning here in San Jose. We go to the second inning with no score between Sierra and San Jose.
That's the end of the inning for the Jaguars. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 full inning, no score.
Oh yeah!
Leading off the top of the second inning for Sierra, the third baseman, Jazzy Smith.
Jazzy Smith stands in to lead off the top of the second after an extremely quick top of the first. First pitch to her, swung on in line towards short and caught by Carissa Smith for out number 1. So one Smith lines out to the other. 1 gone.
Batting 7, the right fielder, Kristen Dodd.
It is unbelievable how many first pitch outs there have been in this game, or first pitch contact. First pitch, swung on and hit towards Kaya Sandoval, who dives, and it's into right field for a base hit. And Shades will pick it up. Had a play at first, but it was beat out by Dodd. Batting 8th, the catcher, Faith Mattis. So Faith Mattis will stand in with a runner at first and 1 out. 2 pitches. This team has shown a lot of first pitch aggression, so we'll see if that trend continues throughout the game. Here's the first pitch. On the ground, towards the middle. Smith's got it to second for 1. Oh, it's dropped by Sandoval, and everybody's safe, so they'll get nothing out of that. Could have been a double play. It was hit a little softly to be a double play, but to get no outs is tough.
Batting 9th, the center fielder, Kaylee Vallette.
So Elena Valdez has to work first and second with 1 out. The hardest contact of the game so far was the Jade Henry double. Everything else has been soft contact. First pitch, bunt, and it's picked up. Throw to first is in time. Time is called. They thought that Kaya Sandoval came off the bag. So Joe Carter, the field umpire, is going to ask Gene Kesswetter, the home plate umpire, for help. It looked like a routine sack bunt, and it looked like Sandoval's foot might have stayed on the bag, but she did come off momentarily after the catch was made. So we'll see what they decide, and they stick with the call. She's out. So 2 outs on the sack bunt. So back to the top of the order with Ellie Enriquez.
The shortstop, Ellie Enriquez.
So 2 outs, and it's Enriquez. First pitch is down and away for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. That is like the first pitch taken for a ball of the game for Sierra. Very, very aggressive first time through the lineup. 1 ball, no strikes to the left-handed hitting Ellie Enriquez. Very fast runner. 1-0, swung on and missed on a pitch in on the hands. Good pitch from Valdez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Single, sacrifice, ground out, strikeout in the first. Line out, single, fielder's choice. And a sac bunt, ground ball to first. Jade Henry's got it, steps on the bag, and the inning is over. So, quick work of Sierra, pitch count-wise, though it was more action on the base paths in this inning. We go to the bottom of the second in a scoreless tie here in San Jose.
That's the end of the inning for Sierra. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base.
Say again? Yeah. There's too much going on. Too many moving parts. All right. I didn't even put all the information in there.
Leading off the home half of the second for your Jaguars, the catcher, Deja Jimenez.
Deja Jimenez stands in to lead off the bottom of the second in a scoreless tie. Entertaining scoreless tie, to say the least, so far through an inning and a half. So Jimenez stands in. First pitch. Popped up. This is behind the plate. Faith Mattis will reach back, and she can't make the play. So it'll just be an entertaining strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike to Deja Jimenez. Jimenez comes in 2 for 4, or check that, 0 for 4 with a walk and a couple steals. 0-1. Swung on and bullet to third, picked up by Smith, who fires over to De La Losa at first for out number 1. Nice play by Jazzy Smith for out number 1.
Now batting, the pitcher, Elena Valdez.
Elena Valdez batting from the left side, first pitch, and she swings and fouls off a pitch that almost hit her. Good movement on that slider-looking pitch from Amaya Sutton, and it's 0-1. So Valdez, 0-1 pitch on the way, looked like a drop ball dropped in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sutton is mixing her speeds pretty well, but is starting these at-bats with a lot of off-speed and a lot of movement. 1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off the screen on the third base side. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes with Carissa Smith on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. Sutton deals. Inside, not by much. That was close. Called a ball, 2-2. Jimenez, Valdez, and Smith due up. 1 out already here in the inning. This one's in the dirt for a ball, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A walk is as good as a hit here. It is still a scoreless game. Jags dugout is live per usual. A lot of movement, a lot of noise. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and lined, dropped by Jazzy Smith. She picks up and throws the first, still in time to get Valdez. A nice play by Smith again for out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, Carissa Smith.
That was a tricky play. A ball that was hit on like a sinking rope to Jazzy Smith at third. And she almost gloved it out of the air, but she knocked it down and made the play. Good, strong throw. First pitch to Smith is swung on and missed at a pitch a little bit above the belt, 0-1. So Carissa Smith, she's got a hit in 6 at-bats and takes a curveball outside corner, strike 2 called. 0-2 on Carissa Smith. She's batting 167 with a single. Oh, 2 pitch. Swung on it, missed strike 3. Down she goes on 3 pitches. Amaya Sutton works through it. 1-2-3 inning for the Wolverines. We go to the third, a scoreless tie here in San Jose.
That's the end of the inning for the Jaguars. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base.
Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, exactly. They could be up by a lot right now. They're just leaving everyone on base. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Push back. Exactly. Yeah, it's really bad. Before you played 7.
Leading off the top of the third for the Wolverines is the left fielder, Haley Barlow.
Haley Barlow will stand in to lead off the top of the third inning in a scoreless tie here in San Jose. First pitch, almost hit her near the head. That was a heat seeker. 1 ball, no strikes. Barlow singled to right field on the first pitch of her at bat in the first inning. Right past the outstretched glove of Kaya Sandoval. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is up high with a ball. 2-0. Jaguar defense, Kiana Castro in left. I thought I gave this earlier. I probably just was talking too much. Kiana Castro in left, Felix in center, and Shades is in right. Venegas at third, Smith at short, Sandoval at second, and Jade Henry is at first with Deja Jimenez doing the catching as she takes ball 3 off the inside. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Perhaps the longest at bat of the game for Sierra. The pitch is low, apparently, ball 4. It was right out over the plate, but just below the knees. So a 4-pitch walk to lead off inning number 3.
The second baseman, Maddie Redinger.
Maddie Redinger will stand in. 421 average coming into play, and a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Takes one off the outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Jimenez jumped out of the squat pretty quick, ready to make a snap throw. Barlow looked like she about ready to get into a track stance at first base. She totally is in a track stance. 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Is it called strike? I don't know. I don't know about that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen, and the count goes to 1-2 with Kendall Manley on deck. We really did not get to introduce these hitters at all in the first inning. Everybody was swinging on the first pitch, but this team is really swinging the bats well. A team average of .330 and 7 home runs as a team in 7 games. 1-2. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Good pitch, good take. Redinger started to offer at it and thought differently about midway through. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's your first deuces wild of the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes to jersey number 22. Here it comes. Swung on and popped up. First base side. Jade Henry into foul territory, and it's out of play. If we're at the Coliseum, she makes that play for sure. Oakland A's Coliseum has more foul territory than any place I've ever seen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This Sierra team, very, very talented through and through. 2-2 pitch. Outside corner. That missed for ball 3. That was more of a strike than strike 1 of this at bat, so I don't know. Whatever, it balances out. Full count now. Sierra team was the story of the state playoffs. 3-2, swung on and missed. It's dropped, picked up. They don't allow the runner to advance if there's a runner at first base, so down to second goes Barlow, and that's out number 1.
The designated player, Kendall Manley.
So a runner at second base with 1 out. Manley open stance, batting right-handed, swings and fouls one off the screen. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Kendall Manley comes in at .350 with 4 homers and 10 RBIs. We mentioned 7 home runs as a team. 4 of them have come from Kendall Manley. And that's 4 of her 7 hits. She's 7 for 20. 2 of the other 3 hits are doubles. So there you go. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Looked like the rise ball from Valdez. No balls, 2 strikes. Kendall Manley with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. 0-2 pitch, outside and a bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The remaining 3 home runs, 1 is from Jazzy Smith, 1 is from Ellie Enriquez, and 1 is from Haley Barlow. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. Outside corner. Oh, I don't know where that missed, man. That's tough. That looked like a pretty good pitch, and Deja Jimenez turned around to ask him. So 2-2. I think everybody in the ballpark was ready for that to be strike 3 called. So Manley's got life here. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung on and missed strike 3. Went back to the rise ball above the letters, and Manley couldn't help herself. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up Ari De La Losa.
The first baseman, Ari De La Losa.
De La Losa also swung on the first pitch. That's not true. She struck out on 3 pitches. We did not introduce her, though. Ari De La Losa, .375 average coming in. Check swing, no go, and a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second, 2 outs. In a scoreless tie, top of the 3rd here in San Jose. Game 1 of a doubleheader between Sierra and San Jose. 2 good playoff teams from the state championship tournament last year as this pitch is fouled back to the screen. The state championships is always a really fun trip, and teams from the north usually will go and root for each other and cheer each other on in the games where they're playing south teams. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Swung on and grounded to Smith at third. Let's check that. Venegas. She picks up and throws to first to get De La Losa, and the side is retired. We'll pick up the story on the other side. A walk and a wild pitch get a runner to second base, and that runner gets stranded there after 2 strikeouts and a ground ball. We go to the bottom of the third, a scoreless tie here in San Jose.
That's the end of the inning for the Wolverines. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base.
I almost said Jaguars.
Sheesh. Right fielder Lorena Solis. Shades. For Sierra. Okay. Okay. 3 for 22, and 8 is 4. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Until they go.
All right, so some changes for Sierra as we enter the bottom of the third. Riley Ernst is in left field. And Haley Barlow comes in from left field to play second base to replace Maddie Redinger. So not sure what's going on with Redinger as Shades takes a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. But be interesting to see what's going on. And Steve Sciplin is here. He's joining us here in the third inning. 1-0. Swung on and missed by Shades, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. So Ernst is at the left field position, and Haley Barlow is now at second base. Make those changes on the scorecard as Shades looks at a 1-1 count. The pitch inside from Sutton, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The sun's starting to peek out a little bit as Steve Sciplin joins us. And Steve, if you're just tuning in, you missed the quickest one time through the lineup I've ever seen. It seemed like everybody either struck out on 3 pitches or swung at the first pitch for the Wolverines, but they have managed to come up with 3 hits, but no runs to show for it. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Shades is up high, and the count goes full, 3-2. Shades looking for her first hit of the year. 0 for 5 in the first 2 games. The pitch swung on it, missed strike 3. And down goes Shades. Amaya Sutton, strikeout number 5.
All right, and that will bring up Kaya Sandoval. First at bat of the day. On the year, she is hitting at 200 and nearly hit out 2 of them in the first game against Siskiyou.
First pitch to Sandoval is off the outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. We mentioned the near home runs. She said after the game that she just has to hit the gym more. She runs up on a bunt attempt, pulls it back, and takes a ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Another good host of former Jags in the crowd today. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch is up and in for a ball, 3-0. Now, Sandoval's got good speed, so if she reaches, she's a steal threat, which could be a problem for Sierra with the top of the order on deck for San Jose. 1 out in the bottom of the third. 3-0 pitch is right down the middle, called strike, 3-1.
Yeah, not sure if this has been mentioned already, but Kaya is actually not only one of the best fielders on the team, but arguably one of the top in the state.
Yeah, she's fantastic. 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2 called. The curveball did nab the corner, and the count goes full, 3-2. Yeah, to your point about Kaya Sandoval, she is an absolute gold glover on defense. She's had 2 diving attempts today, came up empty. Here she fouls one off the mask of Faith Mattis, the catcher. And they'll reset and do it again at 3-2. A quick check on Faith Mattis. She looks like she's okay. And they're going to buy her a little bit of time to kind of get it together. Nice gesture from Joe Carter, the field umpire. He spent time dusting off the mound to buy Mattis some time, and then Amaya Sutton went and kicked the dirt right back onto the mound. 3-2 pitch to Sandoval is fouled out of play off the first base line and onto campus. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Inside corner, strike 3 called. I think Sandoval thought that was ball 4, and for whatever it's worth, so did I. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Felix.
All right, coming back up for the second time. Struck out in her first time up, back in the first. All right, have we already mentioned what or how the season ended for both teams?
We were talking about it. We were getting into it in the top of the third, and then the inning ended before we got to complete that timeline. But we had mentioned how good Sierra was as first pitch to Felix as a ball in the dirt. Sierra was fantastic, and Amaya Sutton was on the mound for most of those games as they went to the final against San Mateo. Pitch is outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And Steve, we were there to witness the whole thing. I mean, what did you think of Sierra's performance through the playoffs?
They dropped the first game on Thursday, but they just went on a tear for their next 7 games. And they were 1 game away from beating CSM and being state champions.
Speaking of CSM, the head coach of CSM, Coach Nicole Borg, is here directly in front of us. So welcome, Coach Borg. Shout out to College of San Mateo. We look forward to seeing them throughout the year. 3-0 pitch is a ball. So a 4-pitch walk to Felix puts a speedy runner on base for Malia Venegas.
And she comes back up after striking out looking back in the first. She is hitting at 500 on the year and does have one of 3 stolen bases for the team.
Venegas in, batting from the left side. First pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Sutton battled back to get Sandoval, but she had a 3-ball count. 4-pitch walk to Felix, and the first pitch here is a ball. So starting to see a lot more balls here. 1-0. On the ground towards the middle, picked up by the shortstop, Ellie Enriquez, who fires to first in time for out number 3. The Jags do get a base runner, but they do not score. A pitcher's duel here in San Jose, a scoreless tie as we go to the 4th inning.
Back here for the top of the 4th. Sierra up to hit. It is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. It'll be the third baseman, Jazzy Smith, leading up. She lined out to the shortstop, Carissa Smith, back in the 1st.
And that one was also on the first pitch. Batting from the right side, open stance, and a shot to center field. Going back is Felix, and it's off the wall. She's going to fire it in, and that's just going to be a loud single. What an excellent play by Felix to hold her to a single. That ball was scorched. That was the best contact of the day so far. Jazzy Smith, a loud off-the-wall single.
And that will bring up Kristen Dodd, who singled her last time up back in the 1st.
And believe it or not, that single was also on the first pitch. First pitch to her on the way is a bunt in the air, foul, and off the screen on the third base side. That was in the air for an hour and a half.
Has there been a hit on the second pitch?
There has not. All the hits have been on the first pitch. They have 3. Ellie Enriquez on the first pitch of the game placed the most perfect bunt I've ever seen. It wasn't even fielded by the time she made it to first base. It was absolutely perfect. 0-1 pitch, here it is. A bunt, picked up. The throw is to second, and it is in time. Nice play by Deja Jimenez out of the squat to make the lead runner the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that'll bring up Faith Mattis.
And she comes into the day hitting at .313 on the season and does have a double on 5 hits.
So the Ellie Enriquez single was on the first pitch. The next batter was Haley Barlow, and she hit a line drive, well, kind of a soft liner, right past Kaya Sandoval into right field on the first pitch. And then the single from Dodd in the second inning was on the first pitch. So 3 hits, all on the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes to Kristen Dodd. Runner at first with 1 out. Here is the 1-0. In the dirt, runner goes, throw down. It is missed by Smith, but Sandoval there to back it up. The runner is safe with a clean steal.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like Deja really got into that throw. Oh, there was a couple hops on those balls.
So Dodd with the steal. Runner will go on a wild pitch throw to third. Not in time. The throw was there, but the tag from Venegas didn't get around to the body of Dodd in time. So now Mattis will hit with a runner at third, and Coach Rooney will call time and come out and have a word with her defense. That's a tough play because the pitch was just off the glove of Jimenez, and she spun out and made the throw pretty quickly. Nice play defensively. Just couldn't get spun around in time at third base to apply the tag. So, inning recap so far. It was a loud single off the center field wall by Jazzy Smith. She's erased on a fielder's choice. Kristen Dodd takes first base, steals second base, and gets to third on a wild pitch. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes to Faith Mattis, the catcher, with 1 out and a runner at third. Still scoreless tie, but this becomes a big spot. Runner at third with less than 2 outs for only the second time in the game. It has begun to freeze. It is really, really cold. The sun is gone, the clouds are out, and it is a breezy day.
Which really speaks to why we need a press box.
We need a press box. Year 7. 3-0 pitch is up high for ball 4. So now runners at the corners with 1 out for Kaylee Vallette.
Center fielder, Kaylee Vallette.
And she comes up after hitting a sac fly back in the first. And on the year is sitting at 231. Has not hit a double or a triple yet, but does have 1 of 7 stolen bases. The other 6 are by 1 person. The leadoff hitter.
Pitch running for Sierra, Sean Zito.
So Shantito will take third and pinch run. First pitch is swung on and missed. The runner will go to second, and they're going to let that happen. They don't want to risk Zito coming down the line, so they get second base for free. Second and third, 1 out, but it's 0-1 to Kaylee Vallette, the number 9 hitter, with Enriquez on deck.
And that was a smart play because you do not want to risk the first and third on that.
Yeah, definitely. You can't allow for a throw to go down to second and then Zito to come in to score the first run of the game. 0-1 pitch. Outside corner. That is, look, that's close. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that call. It's 1-1. That looked really close. I liked it. But, hey, 1-1. One pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch is a ball, 2 balls. And 1 strike. Technical difficulties in the booth. We apologize. Steve Sciplin is on the case. 2-1 pitch. Bunt attempt, and it's going to roll foul. So the count goes to 2-2. And this becomes a big pitch because the Jags need this out. They need this out without that run scoring. So Elena Valdez, 2-2, with runners at second and third and 1 out in the top of the 4th. The pitch to Vallette, swung on and lined in the left field, base hit. In to score is Zito. The throw comes into shortstop. It's first and third, and it's 1-0 Sierra.
All right, and the leadoff hitter Enriquez will come back up.
The shortstop, Ellie Enriquez.
Grounded out on a 3 unassisted her last time up. And she is the team leader in stolen bases with 6 already with 7 games played.
Among other stats that she leads in, she's also the team leader in batting average as far as qualified hitters. Throw down to second on a steal attempt. The tag not in time. Throw home, and she is out at the plate. Nice play by Carissa Smith, who fired that ball home. A good tag by Deja Jimenez. They tried to score that second run on the first and third play, and the Jags snuffed it out. So it'll be a steal for Vallette and a caught stealing on the delayed run home for Kristen Dodd. The pitch to Enriquez is on the ground, right back to Valdez. It hits her body. She picks it up, throws to first to get Enriquez, and the side is retired. So the Jags limit the damage to just one run, and they snuff out the first and third play, and they get 2 quick outs to get out of what could have been a disastrous inning. Sierra takes a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th here in San Jose.
Back here, bottom of the 4th.
Leading off the home half of the 4th for your Jaguars, the first baseman, Jade Henry.
3, 4, and 5 hitters to start it off. Jade Henry up, who doubled back in the first.
22 out of the game, 3 entered for 22, and they switched 22, and they switched 3 and 8 defensively. So 8 is at second base.
And the first pitch coming, well outside for a ball. Count goes 1-0.
So we had to take care of some defensive changes for the official scorebook. Jade Henry, 1 ball, no strikes to her. The pitch is that drop ball called strike. I don't know. Look, you can get away with some of the outside pitches, but the ball, the catcher caught the ball off the dirt. I don't know how that's a strike. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're Amaya Sutton, there's no reason not to throw that pitch again and again if it's going to be called a strike. Here's the 1-1. It's that same pitch, a little bit higher that time. It's a called strike, 1-2. So that's a rough intro to an at-bat for Jade Henry. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I really thought she was going to go for that one.
It looked good, didn't it? Looked like it was hanging there. Swung on and missed, strike 3, went with the rise ball and blew it by her at the letters. So out number 1, a strikeout of Jade Henry.
The designated player, Bella Caruso Comiso.
All right, that'll be Bella Caruso Comiso coming up. Struck out last time up in the first.
The strikeouts for Sutton have included a lot of these rise balls. The rise ball's been an effective pitch for her throughout the game. This one is a curveball that misses outside for ball 1. Wind starting to shift towards the left field corner. 1-0. Swung on and missed, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Very effective. She has been very effective throughout this game. Jags have been off balance. They have been late on some of these rise balls. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. So Bella Camiso behind 1-2. Time is called. Coach Rooney's going to have a quick word with her. With Deja Jimenez on deck. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Amaya Sutton for whatever it's worth, has 7 strikeouts so far in 3 1/3 innings pitched.
Well, she was an all-state pitcher for a reason.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She is.
And she was the one to shut down CSM right before that championship game.
Yeah, she's a star. Here's a foul off the first base line, off the top of the Sierra dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7 strikeouts. The other 3 outs recorded have all been ground balls. 2 to the third baseman, Smith, and 1 to the shortstop, Ellie Enriquez. 1-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called. That pitch looked like off the outside. Comiso didn't like it at all. 2 outs, and it'll be Deja Jimenez. 8 strikeouts now for Sutton.
And Coach Rooney is not happy right now. No, she is halfway down the baseline right now, just staring a dagger at Carter.
Well, he's taken the bat out of 2 hitters' hands here in the inning. I mean, the first strike to Jade Henry changed that entire at bat. And the first pitch is a ball outside. And then you call that strike 3 on Caruso Comiso. And this is not just any part of the lineup. This is your 3-4 hitters. If you take the bat out of their hands, that's a big swing in a 1-run game. 1-0 pitch. A bunt, and it's foul. So it goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
All right, so I got to ask, because it's not the first time it's happened this season. What is it with the number 33 and Button over the last 4 years?
Yo, you guys had to be here to see the reaction of Malaya Street. She's here right by the broadcast booth. Oh, my goodness. Where's the camera when you need it? It's 1 ball and 2 strikes after the foul from Deja Jimenez. That is a brutal question, man. Brutal.
Yeah, and I have about 100 apologies over the next 3 months that I got to give.
Listen, if it was up to us, here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on it, missed strike 3. And Amaya Sutton strikes out the side in order. The 3-4-5 part of the order at that. So great work from Sutton. We go to the 5th inning. It's 1-0, Sierra.
Top of the 5th, Sierra up to hit. It is the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. And it is Maddie. Wrong person. She's not up yet. It is Haley Barlow to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk so far.
First pitch from Valdez to Barlow is a ball a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes, and back to work goes Elena Valdez against this really talented Sierra lineup. The lineup is a little different. Not sure what happened with Maddie Redinger, but she will not hit. She's out of the game. Foul back to the screen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Barlow. So Barlow, Riley Ernst, and Kendall Manley due up here in the 5th. It's 1-0 Sierra. 1-1. On the ground foul, third base side. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now, it's a small sample size. We only played, well, this is game number 3. But Elena has actually thrown better than she did last year so far. No, far now. It was against Siskiyou, and I forget who the other game was.
On the ground to third for Venegas. She's got it. She fires to first. Nice scoop by Jade Henry at first base for out number 1.
Point being, she has taken a jump from last year.
Yeah, Valdez looks fantastic. I think this is going to be a big year for her as she steps into that ace role. So Ernst stands in, her first at bat of the game, replacing Redinger, who struck out in her last at bat. The pitch is high for a ball. Ernst is a left-handed hitter. And what are the numbers on Riley Ernst? What do we got?
Well, we have her listed as the wrong number on our lineup sheet.
This just hasn't been changed. This was the number of the first player.
But for the year, she has hit out 167 with going 2 for 12 on the year so far.
2-0. Here it comes. Is on the ground with a really slow dribbler, and it's going to roll foul. Very smart play by Malia Venegas at third, as she danced around it at the last second to let that thing roll foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. That was textbook swinging bunt. And it for sure would have been a hit had Venegas picked it up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes. In the dirt. And it's 3-1. You don't want anybody on base with Manley in the on-deck circle looming. You'd like to get out number 2 here if you can. So this should be a pretty good pitch to hit for Ernst. 3-1 is fouled back to the screen, 3-2. So Elena Valdez will deal with Riley Ernst in a 3-2 count. Here's the payoff. On the ground, back to Valdez. She grabs it smoothly and throws over to Jade Henry at first for out number 2. So 2 down, and it'll be the designated player, Kendall Manley. The designated player, Kendall Manley.
And she comes back up after striking out in the second, and on the year hitting 350 with a team leading 4 home runs.
First pitch is a pearl of a screwball that backdoored Manley on the outside corner. Strike 1 called. Nice pitch. And when you mention Valdez being better this year, it may not be that she's dotting with the most velocity in the state, but she has got incredible spots. Here's a high, towering fly ball to Kiana Castro in left. That ball was in the air for quite some time, and it's caught on the line by Castro for out number 3. So quick work for Elena Valdez as she sits down the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in this talented Sierra lineup. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's the Wolverines leading 1-0.
right, back here for the bottom of the fifth, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters starting off, and it's Elena Valdez up to hit.
The pitcher, Elena Valdez.
She comes up 0 for 1 after grounding out to third. And as mentioned, only 1 of 4 outs that have not been a strikeout.
First pitch to Valdez is swung on and dribbled back behind home plate for strike 1. A bowl of soup is starting to sound really good. It's getting really cold out here. Here's a swing and a flip job into shallow center, caught by Ellie Enriquez, running out into shallow center. What a heck of a play by Enriquez, showing her range for out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop.
All right, that'll bring Carissa Smith up. Struck out back in the first, but on the year, coming into the game, hitting at 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts. And this one popped up to the first base side and caught by the first baseman for out number 2.
The right fielder, Lorena Solis. Shade.
All right, and then you know the name, Shades. Back up, striking out in the first. There's been looking for her to make a jump from where she was last year.
Here's a pop-up, and Amaya Sutton goes out and catches it right in front of Enriquez, and the inning is quickly over. So a terrific play by Ellie Enriquez at short. Then it was De La Losa at first who made that catch off the foul line, and another pop-up right in front of Enriquez, but caught by Amaya Sutton, the pitcher, and a quick 3-up, 3-down for Sierra. We go to the 6th inning, the late innings here in San Jose. Sierra leads it 1-0.
Back here for the top of inning number 6 is the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. De La Losa to start it off for Sierra. And so far in the game, strikeout and grounded to the third baseman, Malia Venegas.
Batting from the right side with an open stance. First pitch on the way. And as a ball, back to work goes Elena Valdez after a very strong top of the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes to De La Losa. It'll be De La Losa, Smith, and Dodd due up in the 6th. Ground ball to Venegas, but foul. And that's strike 1. This type of weather, it's got to be brutal to be a catcher.
Oh, yeah. Because you do not move at all.
Man. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. In the dirt. Good block. Kind of smothered it, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
I mean, coaching late October, November is bad enough, but
Yeah.
But now you can't. Now you're just sitting in a squat and you can't even move.
2-1 pitch. On the ground, up the middle, but it's fielded by Smith, who picks it up and throws out De La Losa for out number 1.
And that will bring Jazzy Smith back up.
The third baseman, Jazzy Smith.
So far in the game, third time up, lined out to Bella Caruso. No, wrong person. Lined out to short, Carissa Smith, and then last time up, hit a single.
So 2 groundouts for De La Losa on the day, and mentioned what Smith did. First pitch was fouled. The single by Smith was an absolute shot to dead center field. Felix didn't have a chance to catch it, but played the carom off the wall perfectly to hold Smith to a single. That one looked like a pretty good zip on that pitch there, but missed high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And here is your Aces Wild. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, in a 1-0 game to jersey number 1. 1-1 pitch is a bullet foul off the third base line, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got to give credit to Elena Valdez and the Jags defense. They've been sharp on this side of the ball. We'll see if the offense can come along for the ride later in the game. Got to get out of this one. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. It is up high. Good idea. It's 2-2. Venegas, Smith, Sandoval, and Henry, third to first. Defense is still the same. And that pitch misses a little low for ball 3.
And a walk wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing right now, considering that the part of the lineup that we're in. But if it gets back to the top, then it's really going to be regrettable.
3-2 pitches swung on and missed strike 3. Good pitch from Valdez for out number 2.
Looks like I gotta say that more often. All right, that's Kristen Dodd up to hit. Singled and then flied out to short for last time up.
Dodd swings and pops one foul back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Mentioned how bad it is to be a catcher in this type of weather condition. Imagine being an umpire. Jeez. 0-1. And it's up high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a thankless job. It's like the most thankless job in all of sports is being a baseball umpire or a softball umpire. And both teams are mad at you. They think you're making all the wrong calls, and it's freezing. 1-1 is popped into right field. Shades is after it, is under it, and makes the catch to retire the side. So good Jag defense continues. Good Jag pitching continues. It's a 1-0 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th here in San Jose.
All right, while we have a quick minute here, that was not supposed to come up yet.
Leading off the home half of the 6th, the second baseman, Kaya.
All right, 6th inning to play. It is the 9-1-2 hitters to start it off, and Kaya Sandoval leading off for the Jags. looking for her first hit of the day and the second one for the team.
First pitch is popped into right field. Dodd is after it, and she slides to her knees and makes the catch in foul territory for out number one. So one gone here in the sixth.
All right, that will bring Felix back up. Reached on a walk last time up in the second. And it's not common for the Jag to have that much time between at-bats, and that just speaks to what Sutton has done. First pitch is fouled off behind the plate.
So it is 0-1 to Melissa Felix. Jags need a base runner. Oh-1 is a slapped down the left field line foul. Really good idea. She squared around to bunt. The defense crashed, and she, while choked up on the bat, just took a hard slash at the ball. And it just went foul. So 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike three. Two quick outs. And it's two down.
All right, that'll bring Malia Venegas up. Grounded out to short last time up.
First pitch to Venegas is in there for a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
That has got to be over 80% on first pitch strikes for the day.
Yeah, she's been killer. She has been absolutely fantastic. But a base runner here puts the tying run on base and the go-ahead run with the powerful Jade Henry on deck as that pitch is downstairs for a ball, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Here it comes. In the dirt, check swing. Did she go? He's going to look for help. No, says Carter, the field umpire. Gene Kesswetter behind the plate. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Right, so that's the one thing I don't understand about JUCO and below is how you can expect to see that from behind.
No idea. I don't get it at all. Ground ball. It's hit. Called foul. Look, it was hit to third, and it looked like Jazzy Smith bodied it while it was still in fair territory, but it was called foul. It was going foul, so that is the right call, but that's tough. I don't think Smith gave it enough time to go foul before she bodied it. Could have very easily been a hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes the pitch. She runs up and takes a ball at the letters, and it's now full at 3-2. So a walk is as good as a hit here and brings up one of your best power hitters with the game on the line. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. That was right there. Right there for Venegas. Good pitch from Sutton as she continues to mow the Jags down. Strikeout. Let's count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strikeouts for Amaya Sutton today. We go to the final frame as Sierra will look to increase their lead. They lead 1-0 here in San Jose.
All right, back with you here. Top of the 7th, and it will be Faith Mattis to lead it off. Last time up, took a walk.
First pitch to Mattis is in there for a called strike at the belt. It's 0-1. So everyone on this Jags side of the crowd are big Elena Valdez fans right now. 0-1. Shot into left field. It looks like it's going to go foul, but Castro's on it and makes the catch. Nice play in foul territory deep down the left field line for out number 1.
And that will bring Kaylee Valette up to hit. She's singled for the only run of the game her last time up, coming in the second.
Give you an idea of the talent of this lineup. The number 9 hitter is responsible for the only run batted in. The pitch in the dirt and low. Not quite the dirt, but definitely low and inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. One to nothing, Sierra. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the 7th. Swinging a foul back to the screen. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Good pitch from Valdez. The top of the order, Ellie Enriquez, is on deck for Sierra. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground to Kaya Sandoval. She fields it and glove flips it to first. Not in time. Valette beat it out. It was a smart play by Sandoval. She wouldn't have had enough time to put it into her throwing hand and toss it. That was the perfect play, and Valette just beat it out. So she gets a single, her second of the game.
All right, and that will bring up the top hitter in the team, Enriquez, who grounded out on a comebacker last time up.
No go for the runner. First pitch is high and away for a ball. You got to imagine Valette is going to be bluffing steals at first base. And she might go. Only 1 out in the inning. Now you're at the top of the order. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Runner goes and a shot down the right field line. Just foul. I'll tell you what. That had triple written all over it with the speed of Enriquez.
Yeah, and even if that didn't happen, with the way Valette got out of the blocks, there was no way she didn't score.
She sure did get out of the blocks, too, because she's in that track stance. She was off the blocks on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on here in the 7th. The pitch. Bunt. It's another good one. And it's in no man's land, and it's another hit for Enriquez, and she is fired up. So 2 infield singles put runners at first and second for Barlow. Time is called by Coach Rooney. She'll come out and have a word with her defense. This is huge because it's a 1-run game. You have the 3, 4, 5 hitters lined up to hit in the bottom of the 7th. So if you can keep it a 1-run game, you have a shot. That's your best shot to make the comeback to at least tie the game. But you don't want to go giving up extra runs in the 7th. First and second on 2 infield singles. One was what looked to be a routine grounder, and then one was a bunt, the second bunt single of the game for Enriquez.
And with the way they've been hitting the ball, do you pitch to contact and try to get a double play?
Oh, absolutely. You have Ernst in the hole, and we'll see if they stick with Ernst or if they bring Redinger back. But It becomes a huge spot in the game. But you'd like to get contact before you have to face Manly. And you don't want this inning to get to Manly, especially with runners on base. That would be the disaster. First pitch on the ground, up the middle, and knocked down by Smith. And that's going to hold the runners as everyone's going to be safe and the bases are loaded. But that could have been a go-ahead single. That was dangerous, but a nice play by Carissa Smith at short. So that loads the bases, and they're loaded for the 3, 4, and 5 hitters.
And Redinger has come back into the lineup.
Yeah, Coach Darcy Brownell is talking to Gene Kesswetter about bringing 22 back into the game. So it'll be Redinger with the bases loaded and 1 out. Not sure why she was out of the game the first time, but she's back in a big spot. Now batting, second baseman. Where'd the name go? Maddie Redinger.
Yeah,
I lost the name. I couldn't find her name on the scoreboard. So Redinger stands in with the bases loaded. Steve Sciplin saves the day again. Man. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0.
Because it wasn't everybody talking about there not being a Maddie this year, and both games that we've had, there's been one
On the other team, yeah. It's like we don't have a Maddie on our team, but that's all right, man. That's all right.
And if my memory is right, there's going to be one tomorrow too.
Here's a pop-up. This is going to go foul. Jade Henry in foul territory reaches up, makes the catch. That's a huge out. They do not get the run home, and that's as good as a strikeout. So 2 outs, but you got to deal with Manly.
The designated player, Kendall Manley.
Now, with as well as she's hit so far on the year, Valdez has kept her fairly in check with a grind out.
On the ground to short, Smith's got it. It goes a short way to second, covers the bag in time, and the Jags escape the jam. 3 infield singles, no hard contact at all. They load the bases. They have to face the 3 and 4 hitters with the bases loaded, and Elena Valdez and the Jags defense get out of the jam. Amaya Sutton will come back to the mound, and she will go after the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for San Jose here in Game 1. It's 1-0.
Back here, bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Jaguars here in Game 1. And we will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters starting it off. And it'll be the first baseman, Jade Henry, looking to get the second hit of the game for the Jaguars. And she has, as the other one, it could be a double.
So a quick defensive change. Ernst is out of the game. Barlow goes back to left, and Redinger goes back to second. First pitch to Jade Henry's outside corner, called strike 1. This is a huge spot because Jade has shown the most power on the team so far this year. She's got 3 doubles on the homer. So big spot. 0-1. Is a beautiful drop ball. Had Jade off balance. Strike 2. She's about to go upstairs with the rise ball. It's been effective all game, and it got Jade Henry out the first time. And here she fouls it off. She beat it and fouled it off. Beat the scouting report. We'll see if she goes back to it or if she goes back to the drop ball. Oh, 2 pitch. On the ground to short, Ellie Enriquez. Got it. Throw to first in time to get Henry for out number 1. So it'll be Gabby Jordan. She will pinch hit for Caruso Comiso here in the 7th.
Yeah, we don't have the last year's stats anymore, but Gabby coming to the plate for the first time this year.
Pinch hitting for San Jose, number 20, Gabby Jordan.
So Gabby's first at bat of the year comes in a big spot. First pitch on the way. Outside corner called strike 1. Now, the system for Amaya Sutton has been breaking ball in the outside corner, then drop ball, then rise ball. 0-1. The pitch is that same curveball, outside corner again, 0-2. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Deja Jimenez is on deck. Oh, 2. Outside, tried to go back to it, and that one was a little too far off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big spot here as the temperature continues to drop, it feels like. Jeez. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled out a play off the first base line. And that will go onto campus. Gabby Jordan, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside, good take. As Sutton went back to the well with that curveball, it's 2-2. Amaya Sutton, cool as a cucumber. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, no swing, and the count goes full 3-2. Now a base runner would really set it up here, and you know Coach Rudy loves to play some small ball, so you better believe they'll make something happen. But Sutton has been masterful today with 11 strikeouts. 3-2 pitch. Time is called as she started her windup. Kesswetter called time at the very last second. For who? I'm not sure. I don't know if that was called by just him or what happened there. But Sutton was already starting her windup. Here she goes, 3-2, ball 4. So Gabby Jordan reaches on the walk. And the Jags have the tying run aboard. So a pinch runner, it's going to be Kiana Castro.
And Coach Rooney and Coach Britt are going to talk something through. Likely just making sure that they want to make that substitution. And Castro will come in for Jordan.
That is a professional at bat by Gabby Jordan. You're facing as you mentioned, one of the best pitchers in the state. She's got 11 strikeouts today. She's been masterful. She's in the middle of pitching a one-hit shutout, and you draw a walk in the bottom of the 7th inning in your first at-bat of the year. That is huge.
The catcher, Deja Jimenez.
And for somebody who doesn't get a lot of opportunities, it just speaks to really how big it is.
Pinch running for San Jose, number 1, Kiana Castro.
This is huge. So we'll see what they choose to do in terms of small ball, stealing, and things like that. First pitch. No go, called strike. It's the curveball on the outside corner again, and it's 0-1. So Jimenez and Elena Valdez with a runner at first and one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed, blew it right by her. It's 0-2. Amaya Sutton reared back and fired something fierce on that 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Here it comes. Strike 3 called, outside corner, out number 2, strikeout number 12 for Amaya Sutton. Second strikeout for Jimenez.
The pitcher, Elena Valdez.
Yeah, and given the situation and the tendencies, you know she's going to go to the outside, so it's something that you're just going to go for.
Elena, being a left-handed hitter, might change up her strategy here a little bit. First pitch is downstairs in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Do you send Kiana Castro? In the dirt and low again. This one's outside as well. It's 2-0.
Yeah, this is one where you just got to battle and try to put one in the gap.
2-0 pitch. Swung on and hit into shallow center, coming out, going, and this one's going to drop. It drops. The runner's going to be safe. Both runners are going to be safe, second and third. There was a collision in shallow center field. In came Villette, out went Barlow. Or check that, not Barlow, it's Redinger at second now. Redinger went out. Dodd was coming in, and it was a three-way collision that ended up with the ball landing. No one picked it up. Castro goes to third, and it'll be a double for Elena Valdez. So now the winning run is in scoring position for San Jose. And time is called for Coach Rooney. And you got yourselves a situation here, folks.
And a pinch hitter will come in. It will be Chelsea Raymond. And we know what she can do.
So Chelsea Raymond is going to have a shot to win this game. And this becomes perhaps the biggest at-bat of her career. And time is called as one of the 417 coaches for Sierra goes out to the mound to have a word. Dude, I read the pregame lineup card. They have a ton of coaches on this team. It is unbelievable. It was like 8 coaches. Jags have 3. So,
No, man, when you have,
Chelsea Raymond.
3 straight state appearances, you're going to attract people.
Now batting for the Jaguars, number 7, Chelsea Raymond.
Big spot for the Jags. And she had a loud one last time that we saw her.
Big spot for Amaya Sutton, too. She is arguably the best pitcher in the entire state. Got her work cut out for her here. Most trouble she's been in all day. First pitch is right there for a called strike. That was, Steve. That was the one.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you know that there's a certain tendency, at some point you just got to go for it.
Swing and a miss, strike two. It's the curveball again. She went for it. It's 0-2. So now the Jags down to their last strike with the tying run 60 feet away. The winning run at second base. Chelsea Raymond off the bench. The pitch swung on and missed, strike three. A baker's dozen strikeouts for Amaya Sutton, and on 3 pitches, Raymond goes down, and the ball game is over. This was an absolute gem of a game to watch. It went down to the wire to the very last pitch. A really good game, and unfortunately the Jags are on the short end of a 1-0 score. But we will have game 2 coming up for you within the next about half hour. So hang with us. We will have more on that. The final score in this one is 1-0, an absolute gem pitched by Sierra's Amaya Sutton, who proved herself once again on today after an incredible start to her career last year in the state championship. Sierra moves to 8-0 on the year, and the Jags move to 2-1. Steve, anything?
Yeah, I mean, we've said it multiple times, but Sutton is an all-state pitcher for a reason, and that's what we saw out here today. And we've said it earlier in this season that these 2 games is when we're really going to find out where we are. Because to do it against Sierra, and I forget who the other game was, is one thing, but to do it against the runner-up for the state championship is something completely different, and it wasn't bad. Just needed a little more at the plate, and we'll see if we can get that going for game 2.
All right, we will have game 2 for you right here on the Jaguars YouTube stream. For Steve Sciplin, I'm Matt Faulcon. Game 1 in the books.